off and figure this shit out, despite not having been able to get the Shard of Honor actually to connect with him. But Odium, i.e., good old Teravangian, threw a bit of a curveball. Gavinor, his grandson, rather, Dalinar's grandson, was lost in the spiritual realm, and he was kind of found by Odium and then shoved into a time pocket for about 20 years of aging and training, and taught to just hate Dalinar with all of his guts. He basically told him, he took Elikar's crown in all but name. He burnt his wife, just all the negative shit they could possibly tell about Dalinar. And that was the chosen champion of Odium. So now Dalinar has the choice of forfeiting the match and then giving himself over as a champion of Odium while remaining on the planet, or fighting and killing his grandson and basically retaining the territories and gaining back Alethkar and the Shattered Plains. But with that, we will go ahead and theoretically pop into session. I see that Jake is just continually pushing the deafen button.
He's trying to figure it out, probably. Jade will be here in just a moment.
Perfect. I go grab a drink. I'll be back.
It's not a bad idea. I might do the same. I'm not operating on enough water.
My new desk has a cup holder.
Nice.
Pretty fancy. And it's a sit-stand desk. I'm pretty bougie,
Bougie, baby. Hey, can you stop trying to get on my desk? I love you. Oh, can we hear him?
Right. Okie dokie. Well, one day we'll have a Pellinor.
Maybe someday.
Perhaps someday. In any case, I could go ahead and describe what's happening with Dalinar for a bit, because that'd be fun. Basically, as you guys are watching through this spiritual bond, you will see as Dalinar is he just has the Way of Kings in his hand, the book, and you see him dodging Gavinor's attacks, but he seems to actually be kind of struggling. It appears that under the tutelage of a god, Gavinor became quite the adept swordsman, and you see it continually getting closer and closer. But you'll see that Dalinar just is still refusing to fight. He won't do it. And you'll see Teravangian.
Oh,
hey.
Hear me?
Yeah, look at you.
Oh my god, that was a nightmare. It took forever to fix
He
that.
exists.
He's
Holy
here.
crap.
He has risen.
He wasn't faking computer problems to go on a date.
Oh my god, no, I wish, dude. I've been sitting here I couldn't hear a word anybody has said this entire session so far, trying to figure out my microphone issues, but
Well, mostly it's been a recap.
okay.
So, in any case, but yeah, you see, Gavinor's really pushing Dalinar back. He appears to be a very, very competent swordsman, and you, you'll see eventually, Odium kind of is just after cajoling Dalinar for a while, being like, "Just fight, man! Like, what are you doing? Either fight or give up, for the love of God." You'll see Odium wave a hand, and Gavinor completely stops in his tracks. Come on, Dalinar. Let's get this going. Nobody can say that I wasn't fair. And you see him hold out a shard blade for Dalinar, and he just completely still refuses to take it. It's at this point that you see a solid, like a solid conversation of them basically just going back and forth and being like, Dalinar just being stubborn as hell. He's like, I'm not gonna forfeit the fight, but I'm not gonna, kill my my grandson. And you see him just like thinking through everything, and you, through your connection, you will notice that there are strangely two figures that seem to be kind of hanging in the background, just outside of view of either party. One seems to be the Stormfather completely catalyzed into a true person, into just the shape of a person. But when you look at it for too long, you see the expanse that lies behind it. And then the other one you're seeing is just a very vague kind of image of a child. You're like, what the hell? It's at this point that as he's going through what happened with Tanavast prior, you're starting to kind of see Dalinar's thought process go from the side of the power of what honor, the shard of honor actually went through with Tanavast. You see, as Tanavast on the surface seems to keep oaths, but over the years, you'll watch as it degrades, as him in cultivation trap odium on this planet through what is essentially a loophole in an oath, which the power really doesn't like. You'll watch as Panavast eventually is the one who orchestrates the capture of Ba Edo Mishram. And you'll see that the power really doesn't like being in Tanavast anymore. And eventually, as Odium does kill Tanavast / honor, that power seems fundamentally broken in some way by Tanavast's prior actions. And then as you see through Dalinar's eyes, you watch as the world kind of shifts for a moment. And in there you see the small fragment of Tanavast that is the Stormfather. And you'll see this kind of nebulous power. And it's at this moment that you'll see Dalinar turn around and he speaks the words, the ones that his brother was searching for all those years. I understand you. And you see that this connection forms, and it's as if Honor and Dalinar are that close to being able to bond. But there's still something holding it back. Until you guys see an interesting vision. You will look over and see Garrick.
Hey guys.
Back at the Shattered Plains, holding a very large crystal humming with power. And you'll see as he accidentally shatters it, breaking free by Mishram, and undoing the major contradiction in the oaths that bound it by honor. And it's at that moment that you see Honor accept Dalinar as the host. And they begin a true fight as you see Dalinar, with all of his power as the Blackthorn mixed with Honor, begin to push against Taravangian's Odium. And you each back where you are in Shinovar, half a world away, will feel the ground shaking and the skies beginning to split as clouds begin scattering in opposite directions, some of them turning red, others blue. And you snap out of your vision, and you are currently standing in front of Zeth, currently being ganged up on by 9 honor bearers. And as you come into the conversation with Kaladin, you will hear him kind of mid-sentence. Don't you see? The power that you took from Odium's pool has corrupted every aspect of you. And you see Ishtar, the herald of Bondsmith, look forward and seem to grow slightly. You don't understand, boy. I took the power. I am the one who has tainted it, not the other way around. You don't understand. As you see him wave his hand, and each of the honor bearers who was bearing down on Zeth stops all at once. I am the one who holds the oath pact together, shattered as it is, missing a member. I am the one who bears all of their agonies. You know how much worse it would be? Do you even understand a single aspect of a moment that I live? No, you don't. As you see him reach out, create a bond to Kaladin's chest, and connect it between him and Ishtar, as well as reaching out and doing the same to Zeth. And you see them immediately cripple over in agony. He looks over to a lot of you. Spectators, or are you being active participants?
Who's up for a fight?
Yeah. Big sword.
Alrighty. As soon as the big sword comes out, I'm gonna need a dex save from you, please.
I'm okay at those, right?
Did we at some point
No.
take a? Did we at some point take a long rest?
No,
Oh no, God no!
not even a little.
That's what.
This is a bad idea, y'all.
Hence the title I have placed in our Discord chat.
Garrick, as you are attempting to dodge out of the way and turn air into a sword, you'll see as what appears to be the Stone Ward honors bearer grabs you and with his stone launches you directly at Ishtar, who, reaching out, creates a bond between you as well. Wisdom saving throw, please, with disadvantage.
So evened out because foresee potential gives me advantage on the saving throw.
Do you still have that up?
Could I cast it while I'm being thrown through the air?
Do you have the Stormlight for it?
Touche.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no, you will feel this bond created between you as you cripple down to the ground. You will feel the collective agonies of thousands upon thousands of years of torture and braze that the heralds had to endure slammed upon you. It's like the worst depression that you have ever felt in your life, as you feel each mental illness from every single one of the heralds forced upon you as you collapse to the ground.
God, I want to kill myself. It's like when Rick and Jerry switch bodies.
Anybody else want to fuck around?
I decided
I
to
have
not
1
fuck around and
HP.
find
So.
out.
Yeah, I have one
I
health,
forgot
so
about
I'm
that.
good.
Same. Like I can't
Since
afford to fuck
you
around.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Teresa's waiting for me to do some incredibly dumb shit.
Okay. Good. Alrighty. Well, good. You all realize that the circumstance kind of back the fuck up. As you'll see the honor bearer return to his previous form. You're noticing that the honor bearers don't seem to be like real people. They seem to be kind of an extension of Ishtar / Odium's power. No bueno. But Garrick, you feel this like intensely, and the rest of you who are still bonded to him, you don't feel it yourself, but damn, you're like you could observe it, and you're like, that's fucked. But yeah, anybody else doing anything for now? Or you just watching?
I'm gonna wave at Kaladin.
You see Cal is just like fetal position, just
So-
What? Cal's having a mental breakdown?
yeah, he currently is feeling what Garrick is feeling, except for Kaladin is also chronically depressed.
As always. So, Thor and Shardplate over here, that's an aspect of Tanavast.
Not Tanavast, no. So I forgot to mention this again. Imagine those are all just a bunch of Shin people that are bearing the honor blades. The only one
Gotcha.
that looks familiar is this middle one, because he looks a hell of a lot like Zeth. You're assuming it's his father.
But Taravangian said he was dead. And Taravangian doesn't lie.
Never.
I finished Rhythm of War today, by the way.
Yeah.
That ending with Wit and
Yeah.
Odium of Rays, whatever you want to call him. Oh man.
Okay, cool. Well, everybody seeing the situation and being like, you know what, I'm just not going to poke the bear. You'll watch as Cal just is like, you're seeing through your bond into his mind, and he's just seeing every single death, every bridge for, every family member, everything cycling by in his brain. And you see that despite all of it, despite feeling the weight and dread of all the heralds and thousands upon thousands of years of PTSD and torture and mental illness, you'll see him slowly push up, as even Syl beside him is like crippled in seemingly the heaviest depression that you've ever seen. You see him interpose himself between Garrick and Zeth. And you see Ishtar actually look surprised for the first time as he's like, what in the world are you doing? I need to be the one to stand up for those who can't stand for themselves. And you see him like almost collapse down again as he picks himself back up again. And you see him kind of shake his head as you notice that bond still directly between Ishtar and Kaladin. And you remember back to what you had, what advice was laid upon you guys, at least for Luis and Lowell, by Kalek back in Shadesmar, that a sufficiently powerful oath around Ishtar could theoretically free his mind. It's in that moment that familiar words come out. I have to protect myself so I could protect them. And you'll see as Cal alights, and that same light pushes through that dark bond between him and Ishtar and goes directly into him, seeming to burn away all the traces of odium within him. And you'll watch as, disconnected from Ishtar, now the honor bearers will once again beset themselves upon Zeth, who you see pull Nightblood out and begin going about his battle. Yes.
Luis is going to sit there and just fingers kind of twitching around the handle of that dagger.
Oh, you don't have that. Do you have that anymore? You do have that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
still
did return
do.
it. Yes, he left it in Sator's visage, so you do have it back.
I think I
Uh,
have it
still
though,
have
don't
it.
I?
Somebody
No.
has it. I don't know who has
No,
it. Somebody
it's
has it.
been in my inventory.
Well, because he
This
took it
whole
from us,
time.
and then I chased after him,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
that was
Regardless, it was the two of you there, so it'd be with one of you guys.
was it me and Evan that was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
But I'm just fingering the handle at my belt.
but yeah, you'll
I'm
see
getting real
as
itchy.
yes, Garrick, you will feel that insane feeling no longer washing over you as you are able to stand, and you see Cal just absolutely pouring with light as Nightblood begins to very rapidly eat away at the various bits of Stormlight in Zeth's inventory, as it appears to be the only thing that could actually kill these dark puppets of the honor bearers. And you'll see as Cal, kind of speaks to Nightblood. I need more. We need to slay evil. And you see Cal. Can you feed on me instead of him? Oh, sure. As you see him reach out and latch himself onto Cal's wrist and hand, and seems to just watch as this insane amount of Stormlight from speaking the fifth ideal begins pouring through Kaladin into Nightblood. And you'll see as the battle very quickly turns as he begins wiping out Shard Bearer or Honor Bearer after Honor Bearer. But Nightblood is hungry. Ishtar seems back to normal, by the way. Do you guys want to approach? You're still kind of far away.
Yeah, I definitely do. I'm a little itchy.
Okay. You approach. Everybody else?
I'm already there.
Yes. Okay. Everybody approaching, you'll see Ishtar kind of getting back to his knees and rubbing his eyes as he seems to see for the first time. What the fuck? As he looks around and go get your mother. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Nightblood is really, really strong. You're seeing it actually mimic surges for a time. But also, Cal is not running out of Stormlight, but coming real fucking close.
Oh, yeah, this is why you asked us how much Stormlight we have, you bastard. You bastard coated bastard with bastard filling.
I still have 132 unused shards, years. So can I give him like, I don't know, 40?
Yeah, you give it 40, it burns through in about 10 seconds.
Okay, can I think about this then? Yeah, y'all, we're fucked.
Yeah, I got 16 levels left, and we're doomed.
How much do
Alright,
we have,
well,
boys? That'll depend a lot on how many rounds that Zeth has.
Before,
By the way,
before me getting real itchy becomes a thing.
By the way, you guys are watching as these black veins seem to be crawling up Zeth's arm, almost as if it's necrosing from the inside. And you're seeing very similar things, not quite to the same extent, but a few of Kaladin's fingers where the bond is made between the two. You're seeing them start to blacken.
I'll give 10 levels or 11 levels.
Lift will
Okay.
give 5.
Okay. 5. Okay. We're at 15.
I'll give 10 also.
10.
Oh,
Okay.
We're at 16. Now we're at 26.
That was also that was 120 charges that I gave.
Oh,
Okay.
120 charges?
Yeah, it was 40 full spears, so that would be.
Oh,
4
okay.
charges.
Yeah, okay. That
Or
gives him a
8,
bit
I'm
more
sorry.
time. That gives him
Okay.
Okay. So all told, yeah, okay, that'll give you solidly 3 rounds of his combat. So
Okay, I feel more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I can also do another like 30 full spheres.
Okie dokie. Cool. Yeah, you will watch as Zeth begins to finish off these final two before facing his father, who has the bondsmith blade. And you're seeing Kaladin just drawing in Stormlight from Nail's pouch, from his own pouch. It's like it is a sight, and it is going real quick. But you see Nightblood just rearing into this terrifying amalgam of swords, as you see various different blades and jagged edges sticking out in all aspects of it. And it is just dripping this dark ichor that seems to sizzle and bleed across the grass, causing it to necrose as it does. Okay. You guys get through your 3 rounds, and it's just that one. So how many more did you have, Lil, that you're pouring in? Because I'm pretty sure you're pretty much the only one left.
Yeah, so I put in another 30 full spheres after the 3
30.
rounds.
Okay, that's
If you did 5 full
But that would be
spheres,
120.
Yeah.
Charges.
I took them out of the inventory already.
okay. Yeah, you'll see as Zeth begins to really labor against his father, as his arm is literally, you're watching the skin blister and breaking apart at various points, as Nightblood, even with the Stormlight infusion, is beginning to eat into him. And you'll watch as, with just rage in his strangely enough in his tone, Zeth just shouts, "Why? Why would you let me go? Why would you let them take me and train me to kill?" And you just see his father shake his head. "It just happened so quickly, one after the next. I followed you. You seemed," and you'll watch as his body's almost moving on its own, seemingly the power of odium compelling him, at least his movements, not necessarily his mouth and his what he's speaking. I thought you knew what was right. You were always so sure, always so questioning. You always wanted to know exactly what was right and exactly what was wrong. For that, I'm sorry." Okay. As you'll watch as Zeth pierces his father through the chest with Nightblood, and you'll watch as the figure begins to slowly crumple as Zeth holds out his still good hand and grasps his father's face. "I forgive you." And you will see as, with that, the last of the given Stormlight begins to seep away. And you'll see as Nightblood begins to spread, as you'll see these tendrils reaching out for anything. You'll see it begin to eat away at Zeth's actual arm, and you'll watch as parts of it just turn to dust. Cal, a few of his fingers begin rotting away beneath him, and I'm gonna need a dex save from everybody. Dex save, please, Marsh.
For me and Liff, I assume.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh my God, Brandon got a natural. Oh yeah, that's right. He's pooping.
He's pooping.
Well, what's happening to me real quick while we're at it, so I can dip and get ready for work real quick.
Nightblood is, though the fight is over, seemingly still attempting to spread and consume more. So there are tendrils that are dashing out towards you.
Yeah, I'm getting hit with that. Want to just calc that shit for me real quick so I can do the damage?
Just no damage for now. Do you have any Stormlight left on you?
No.
Okay. Roll a
He's not gonna be
d6 for me.
Huh?
Actually, yeah, no, it's still first round. If there's damage, I'll calc it out.
I mean, did you just say death save for you? Because I was like, I'll do
Oh,
it.
no. It was going to be theoretically a D6, but we don't actually get there until next round. So
Good to know. Well,
we're
then
going to
on
see
that
what
note,
happens.
I'm gonna go get ready for work, and
Okay.
I'll be back on in like 10 to 15
Have
on my
fun.
phone. I'll be back soon. Jade will be here in just a second. Get her ready.
Okay. So Lift manages to avoid this deal, and Luis also manages to avoid this deal. Old man.
Did you add
Dex
my
save.
+5 to everybody around me?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Varix, you also managed to avoid it. Alrighty. Cool. Yeah, you guys will go ahead and feel this connection form. Those of you who are not in it, you have one round of actions. So, Luis, Varix, for now, what are you guys doing?
And this is Nightblood itself, and it's starting to consume the arm that's holding it.
Yeah, it's already consumed Seth's arm. It's basically just turned to mist at this point. It's laying on the ground. There's a tendril from it that is connected to Kaladin, and then those from Kaladin's hand, you're seeing more tendrils connecting through to your friends. You see this sheath is on. It's not on Seth's
And
back.
it's
It's
still
about.
draining Kaladin's Stormlight that we gave.
Oh
him.
yeah.
Okay. Beautiful.
Need
This
to
is a
sheath
bold
this
move,
bitch.
action, Cotton, but I think it's the best one. I cut off Kaladin's hand.
With what?
Rogo.
Okay, you're gonna have to do 2 slices.
2 slices?
Yeah.
Oh god, we're really hacking this apart.
Why don't we just try to
Yeah.
sheath the sword first?
That.
That was another option, but I went for the more dramatic one.
Yes, that'll do. Yeah. So congrats. You will
Congrats.
do one slash through Kaladin's hand as you will watch as the flesh grays and dies, and then you will do a second one, which actually cuts through the dead flesh and causes it to spring outwards as you see Cal fall back, seemingly unconscious and bleeding profusely from the wrist. However, the tendrils do not go away as they begin possibly draining.
Wow, you're great.
Depending on what Varix does.
Congrats.
He needs a surge binder.
Sir,
What are you doing, Varix?
What does that mean? I'm just gonna
it
try and
means he
sheath the
wants you
sword.
to do your bondage thing with him, string him up. Time there. Some light choking.
I'm like choking. Just gonna try and seize the sword.
Okay. You will run after the sheath and find it. It's pretty much red over here. So let's see if you got the movement. There you go.
Dash if I have to, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna have to dash to be able to get over there, which leaves you without an action to sheath it.
Maybe somebody can just. Maybe the next person can just run. Okay, but you have movement, Evan. Still. Oh, but you don't have an action. You fucking suck. Also.
Yeah, I saved Kaladin.
No, you didn't.
Bleed on the floor.
You did nothing. You did nothing. You did nothing. You did less than nothing. Actually, you went backwards. He now doesn't have a fucking hand. Anyways, yes, I guess that's the end of my fucking turn.
That or he'll be a left-handed beater from now on.
Okay. Lift, how much Stormlight do you have on you, by the way?
None left.
0. Sick. Okay. Well, we're gonna start going through some people here. Top. Lol, buddy. You have any Stormlight left on you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 2d12 for me, please. Okie dokie. It will consume 70 of whatever the denomination is. So I assume that you have it as Electrum or whatever, but the individual deals.
Oh, okay. It is Electrum. So it would be 70 Electrum?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the fucking worst.
Cool. Okay, next up, Garrick. He has none.
You and me both, Marsh.
Pelinar, do you have any Stormlight left on you?
I had 15. I did 10, so I got
Okay.
5 more.
Well, go ahead and roll 2d12 for me, please.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nope, not 20. 12.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna immediately eat through the 5. That's what 1, 2.
Oh, and just so you were, because it came out as a 21 on there. I did 2 dice. It was 110 and 111.
Jesus Christ. That's no bueno for you, buddy.
I'm honest.
Yes. How much HP do you have left, buddy? 1. Do you have any of your lay on hands left?
Do I? Shit, was I not counting? I think I might actually. I can't remember. Let me see spells.
I mean, I have 41 left, and I feel like I was getting slapped that last match, and you were not there for like 2 fucking sessions, so.
That is true.
I would assume that you probably do.
Question is just how
Man,
much.
hands-
I think
yeah,
it's
I
really
have 40.
figures.
I think I didn't use most of it last time, but I remember picking myself up at least twice, so I should have 43 left.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
that saves you a not insignificant amount of shit. Yeah, okay, so it eats through the last 5, it eats through your entire stock of lay on hands, and it also eats through
God.
your daily smite availability. But it doesn't get to your HP yet.
Good lord.
Man, kind of
Jade-
ran through 41 of his HP. He just went up and down like 16 times, 100 times.
Yes. Jade, could you check Garrick's lay on hands pool for me, please?
I need to go get alcohol.
Do not mention alcohol to me. Fucking God. It is. What the fuck? Oh, it's in features and inventory.
Yep.
It says 60.
60? Okay, good. Considering that he has no Stormlight, it eats through the entire lay on hands pool before not getting to his HP. Thank goodness.
Oh, that's an insane number to see.
Yeah.
All right, I'll remove that real quick for him.
Cool. Okie dokie. Now, Lift, you were up. What do? You watch this. 3 of your friends got these tendrils attached to them. You watch this. One of your friends goes up and chops off Kaladin's hand, and you see the other one going for a sheath and currently running towards Zeth.
I say, come grab this sheath. I can't reach for some reason.
I mean, you could reach. You just don't have the action to do it.
Help!
You're there.
Yeah.
No matter how I try to put this thing on, it just doesn't work. There's a force field blocking me.
To do my healing because I'm all out of Stormlight. I'll go run over and help assist.
Okay. You will begin. You will touch the sheath, and you realize, okay, cool. Like I can touch the sheath, but I need somebody else to actually touch the sword itself.
Can I touch
to
the
get
sword since
sucker
I
in
have
here.
5 things of Stormlight left?
Yeah, sure. You do. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check with advantage.
Arcana with advantage?
Yeah. Not bad. You will feel all of your Stormlight pretty much immediately drain out as you will feel yourself kind of encased in.
Come on, ladies. Help.
Feel yourself encased in Nightblood for a moment. And as you do, you hear a soft weeping as you'll hear Nightblood's voice. It's normally so boisterous, so ready to defeat evil. But it almost seems to be crying as you feel yourself kind of naturally create a bond to it, and you could hear it. I am not an object. I don't want to kill my friends.
Oh shit. Can I communicate and say, how can we help you in this like 3-second span?
You will feel as it starts to weaken, but you are aware that basically it wants to be put back in the sheath. So you're looking good.
You're
However,
going
there
back.
will be... Yeah.
Going back to the sheet is what I was saying.
May I roll an Arcana check to determine if my white blade might help it get back in the sheath?
Roll an Arcana check, buddy.
Science. Sorry, science. Science check.
That would probably result in an explosion, like if you put antimatter and matter together.
So no.
Do we want to live up to the title I gave this session?
In any case,
Space.
we're going to go ahead and pop over to the first one. Mr. Lowell, 2d12, please. Shoot, you're lucky motherfucker. Okay, yeah, 100. How much do you have left at this point, sir?
I have 6,080 Electrum left.
Good heavens. That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
You're carrying a bank with you. Okay, you can use this to share the burden amongst your friends if you so desire for them not to start taking HP damage.
I mean, yeah.
You happen to look around and see that half of them have 1 health. I mean, fucking broken.
I also have 1 health.
Yes.
So
My-
I was happy with the shield, but
Plus
my
6,000
friends are-
whatever, okay? The rest of us are 1 health and nothing. 0.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an additional 4d12 and then times it by 10 and take that out.
Someone's coming to spook you.
Cool.
Oh my god, there's somebody attacking Cam.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
home invasion.
Help. Help him.
Okay,
Don't die, Cam.
cool.
180.
Yep, 180. It's not much.
Oh, there's another rando.
Alright.
Yes.
Home invasion.
Okay. Cool. With that, Varix, you are able to fully sheath Nightblood, and you feel everybody just kind of collapse down to the ground like, fuck.
Wrong with you pussies. Just kidding.
I'm just standing over there, and I am going to try and help Kaladin.
Okay.
Oh,
while you're
that's
doing
nice
that-
of you.
While you're doing that, you all will feel yourself transported into a vision before you're able to do so. Dalinar's mind expanded. He could see it all, past, present, potential futures. His body evaporated into a substance that was vast, incomprehensible, and the essence of godhood. What stepped forward from that power to meet Taravangian was merely a projection. That towed infinity behind it like a cloak. You've done it, the Stormfather said, his voice very, very, very tiny now. A puff of air against a raging high storm. Dalinar, Honor, could meet Taravangian on equal terms, and consider a third option apart from the 2 that were offered. What if he destroyed Odium? The contract of old let Dalinar attack as he wished. Yes, Odium could defend himself if that happened, but Dalinar had been a soldier, and Taravangian a philosopher. Dalinar could destroy his enemy and save Roshar. The power of honor wanted this confrontation. Dalinar, in the moment of infinite lucidity, saw that this was part of why it had broken away from Tanavast, of what he had worried and now saw fulfilled. Honor in the power's eyes was about oaths, But there was a darker side to it. How many men had stabbed someone because how many men had stabbed someone they loved because of honor? How many men had started wars because of an insult to honor? How much anger in the world had been caused by the belief in honor? The power accepted those definitions of it. It was a power of oaths and a pride that men bore at being thought of as men of oaths, as Dalinar had witnessed thousands of years of warfare to prove who was right and who deserved this land. The power didn't care about self-improvement, but it cared so deeply about being right. So, Taravangian said, this is what it comes to. It is the only way. I accept. If I can annihilate the power of honor, splinter it completely, then I will be free. Dalinar, a puff of air. Easy. Oh, Dalinar, a puff of air, easy to ignore. I accept. If you are dead, then this world will be free of your stench forever. I can maintain honor and will be proven right in not killing Gav, and will not have to join you in your conquest. Let us end this, Taravangian. Dalinar! Let us end this, Taravangian said, his power billowing behind him, the red lightning crashing. You, Dalinar said, the winds becoming furious around him, should not have threatened my family. Today you shall know the Blackthorn. You shall know the Tempest awakened. Dalinar, please. It was the Stormfather's voice. Dalinar blinked, seeing the power beginning to touch. That friction caused between the tower caused everything to shake. The mountains nearby began to tremble. On top of that tower, he heard Gavinor crying, suddenly freed as Taravangian focused on Dalinar, crying the way he had as a child. Dalinar remembered his first vision ever, standing and watching Cataclysm engulf his homeland. How many times had he seen that vision and assumed that Cataclysm was some enemy force, some terrible fate he needed to stand before and prevent? Now he saw it clearly for the first time. That Cataclysm was Dalinar himself. He was there, frantically punching Elhokar again. Stop. He burned Evi because it was what the people of the Rift deserved. It was retribution for taking the treaty they had sworn an oath to follow. We can't do this. His people had killed tens of thousands of Parshendi on the plains, pursuing the Vengeance Pact in the name of honor and oaths broken. No, Dalinar said, backing up from the fight with Odium. Never. This had never been his plan upon taking the power, but he'd been swept up in the moment, and now he refused. Now he had the power, and he still needed another solution. Light surrounded Dalinar. A moment later, he vanished, drawn into a final vision. Dalinar appeared somewhere warm, with light coming through the windows. That was somehow softer than other light, more blurry, like he saw it through eyes that couldn't focus. He could see the room around him better, though. It was antiquated and a stone chamber, full of belongings gathered in a long life, well lived. Wooden bowls on the counter, paintings on a wall depicting mountains and rainfall. A few hung askew, not because of some disaster. They had just slipped, and nobody had righted them yet. Dalinar looked out a window and saw a soft light that didn't blind him, but washed out whatever was there to see. You could hear sounds out there, people chattering, individual voices, indistinguishable. But the talk was bright and energetic. The sounds of a wine house with people laughing, or perhaps a market. Blood of my fathers, dare I hope? Have I finally come back here to him? In a daze, he walked to the door and pushed it open. In a small kitchen there beyond, he found a shorter man with an Alethi or Vaden look about him. Silver hair, pointed beard, and smile lines, and simple old-fashioned gray robes embroidered red and yellow. He was working at an archaic oven, all stone and brick, with a front that could not be closed. Noadon, the ancient king who had written The Way of Kings. Oh, thank the storms, Dalinar whispered. What? The visions have been terrible lately. I was worried this one would be twisted somehow. You're surprised to find me, Dalinar? I promised you shin bread, my friend. I usually keep my promises. He pulled a thick loaf of bread from the oven and made in the strange shin style that Dalinar, after shopping for ingredients with the man in the vision a year before, had asked to try in the real world. Nolan gestured for him to sit at a small table on the floor nearby. Dalinar did so. The ancient king, moving with a spry sense of excitement, slid the bread onto the tabletop. Perfect. Exactly the right mixture of crust and fluffiness. I'd be embarrassed if I had a dud, considering the importance of this moment. What is this? Did I create this? I'm honored now. Am I creating visions? A god for less than 5 minutes and you already think you control everything. He took a knife and cut into the bread, steam rising from the fluffy insides. Dalinar liked a good flatbread with his meals, but this stuff had just tasted wrong, like it was moss. No, Don. I don't have time for flighty visions of meaningless days. I'm standing right now on the nexus of all things, the final confrontation between odium and honor. I would counter that this is the most important time for you to be reminded of lazy days baking bread. Why do you fight, if not for days like these? He took a healthy bite. What happened? I nearly destroyed it all. It was so tempting to fight him, knowing I could win. Except that it would destroy too much. I realized it and stopped myself. That's progress, my friend. Is there no way to fight him without destroying all of Roshar? I don't think there is. Powers like yours have clashed before without destructive results, but always then one of the two wanted to preserve. When both want to destroy, it's violent. So that puts me back where I started. I have the power of a god, but I still cannot see a way out. Either I kill my grandson or I serve odium. Put his hand on his head, leaning forward, elbows on the table. I have to be strong. I must do what you would do, Noadon. And what would I do? Make the right choice. Refuse to kill Gav, accept that means serving odium. Interesting. Wouldn't that give odium everything he wants? If you willingly serve him, the many people of Roshar and the Radiance, hell, they'll go with you. He would ostensibly be trapped here on Roshar, so the other gods will continue to ignore him, but he'd have access to the finest military in the whole Cosmere. He'd have time to plan and build and raise a new force of fused who aren't suffering from mental fatigue. In 100 years or so, he'll be able to launch his armies and conquest everything with ease. See, Dalinar narrowed his eyes at the old king. Who are you, really? Perhaps merely a construct of your mind, or maybe I'm actually Noadon. Well, I was born with the name Bahargan, but no one seems to like that one. You can't be encouraging me to kill Gav. Dalinar slammed his fist in the table. Noadon wouldn't kill a child to achieve his goals. Dalinar, I did so all the time. Every policy I made hurt someone. So, killing Gavinor is the right answer? I didn't say that. Only that sometimes we all have to make awful choices. Not just kings, Dalinar. Did you see that? Yes, I did. Every parent must choose themselves or their child every day, sometimes multiple times a day. When to play, when to rest. Every decision we make influences others, and sometimes harms them. That's not the way of kings, that's the way of life. So you would kill the boy. What, I? I don't know. What do I do? I suggest you have a slice of bread. I did try this stuff. I don't care much for it. How do you eat it? With my dinner. With curry and hot spices, no doubt. This is shin bread, Dalinar. Eat it their way, with salted butter. Butter? Why, that's for cooking. Here, Nodon said, demonstrating by spreading the stuff from a block onto a slice of bread. Dalinar hesitantly did as instructed, then tried the bread, and found it was a different experience entirely. Light, tasty, with a hint of salt and oil. It was delicious. Too much yeast, I think. No, it's perfect. Much better than what I got at Ethereal. Good. I suppose context matters both with bread and decisions. What's your context, Dalinar? An evil god, wearing the face of a man I once called friend, put me into an impossible situation. I keep thinking that the first vision I ever saw, my homeland falling to a destructive wave. This one, Nodon said, and they were there, standing, piece of bread still in hand, upon a cliff looking over Kolinar. a home he had not seen in many years. It was the first vision, the first and the last. Every time he stood here, Dalinard felt like a different man. He watched it play out again, the ground falling away, a destructive wall of something overwhelming Kolinar and breaking it apart completely. Darkness and unfathomable depth swallowing it all. What does it mean? I am destruction. A clash between me and Odium would destroy this world. Tanavast is always too weak to take this step, the Stormfather whispered in Dalinar's head from somewhere distant. I spent so long searching for someone who wouldn't dare do it. Maybe I was wrong. Could I have been wrong? No, Dalinar said, confident. Noadon put a hand on Dalinar's shoulders, gesturing towards the vision of Kolinar. Are you sure this represents the destruction you'd cause by clashing with Odium? What else could it mean? I don't know. A conundrum. But I suppose you are here at this decision point and not someone else, so maybe only you know. The wave of destruction reached the cliff upon which Dalinar stood, and it started falling and breaking. They appeared back in Noadon's kitchen. I'm so tired of this question, Noadon. And what question is that? How to defeat Odium. And what does defeating him look like? I don't know. What's the problem? Paint a picture for me of the perfect outcome. What does it look like to you? Wit told a story, with the point being not to lose sight of everyday lives of the people. Navani told me to make what feels like the best decision in the moment. I think I just want peace without compromising my values. What kind of peace? Enforced? No ability to choose? That serves him, doesn't it? Taravangian's predecessor spent a millennia, all of the wars trying to build himself in unstoppable armies. That didn't work as it merely broke us. With enforced peace, though, Taravangian can recruit, train, marshal his forces, pick up careful engagements off-world to build veteran experience. That's how you train a military. Dalinar put his hands to his head. I need to break this cycle of constant battle. So is that what victory looks like to you? Everything serves him. Every possible outcome. Peace serves him. War serves him. Everything I could think of. Everything I could do. I can't defeat him. Storms, I really just can't. Who can? Dalinar looked back at Noadon and met his eyes. Who can? A thought occurred to him, and a knock came at the door right after. Noadon rose to answer it and ushered in a Lethi child, perhaps 9 or 10, of indistinguishable gender. He patted them on the head and gave them some bread, and sat them at the hearth to watch the flames. Strange. How one so ancient can still be so young. Honor? That's the power of honor? It started to develop its own mind? Yes. Who could stop the war? The powers. The war will stop when the powers themselves want to stop. Noadon snapped his fingers. Dalinar walked over the child and settled down next to him. Hey. I chose you because you'd seen my life and understood what I've been through. But then you refused to fight. You refused. Even he knows it's the right thing to do, to fight until one of us wins. Why does he know better than you do? He's our enemy. Dalinar took a bite of the bread. You saw my life, parts of it, as you made your visions for me. Yes. You remember the one with the barrels of oil? I played out wrong. You were supposed to burn the people in the room, and all of them in it. Why did you do it wrong? There was another you who understood. Understanding. You want someone to understand you. That's why you came to me. The child nodded. What about my wife, Evie? Can you try to understand her? She broke an oath. She went to the enemy. You were there to stop them, and she went to them anyways. Can you understand, though, why she did it? Why it was to her, and to me now, the right thing? Why she's the example, and I the failure? I can't. Can you try? You want to be understood. Do you not think others want to be understood too by you? The being scrunched up its brows and thought. He walked back over to Noadon. It is a child, or like one, newly born with its own volition. Its reasons, like one now, with a simple perspective. But it's willing to consider things. It can change, can't it? Grow. What do you think? Yes, the power must be able to change. Everyone can change, even me. I walked those paths. I saw the past. I know divinity. Honor must learn. That's the right answer. Midius is right. You really aren't as dense as everyone says. You realize people have spent literal centuries writing about how wise and sincere and full of decorum you must have been. I'm a king. Therefore, whatever I do by definition is regal. You have your answer? Almost. The power needs time to learn and ways to experience the lessons to change, but I can't give them either because time is what Teravangian wants, so he could plot. I can't let him do it, so I need to simultaneously buy time for Honor's power, but deny it to Teravangian. Anna was close. Today, Dalinar had seen true honor. As Adolin stood for his ear, as Renarin righted a terrible wrong, as Jasna picked herself up, as Shallan rose from above what was done to her, as all the members of Bridge 4 fought death and won. And Kaladin, blood of my fathers, Dalinar thought, realizing, Kaladin will preserve a peace. That's what we need. Now he knew the end he wanted. Dalinar could see the answers. You could never find them unless you knew what you were looking for, couldn't you? I can't stop Odium, Dalinar said. But they can. He looked to Noadon. Am I simply doing the same thing that has always been done? Though, kicking the problem down to the next generation? Isn't that an awful idea? That depends upon what aid you can give them, and upon what type of people they are. They're the best. Will there will be a cost, won't there? I need Teravangian to think he's won. Storms, he's at least a little bit right, isn't he, about decisions? Right, and terribly, terribly wrong. He squeezed Dalinar's arm. We have to make awful decisions sometimes. They will be flawed because we are flawed. That's not a reason, however, to give up on finding better solutions, and the destination must not undermine the journey. I'll pay the cost. Send me back. Noadon smiled. Good luck, my friend. Thank you for listening to me for all those years. It does a man good to know that what he wrote has meant something. The vision collapsed, and in the brink of an eye, Dalinar was back on that rooftop, and he was again a god, his power pressing against that of Teravangian. Yes, he could defeat Teravangian, but that wasn't winning. I cannot beat you, Dalinar said, with the voice of thunder, no matter what I do. You are correct, Teravangian said, and you all could sense relief in his voice. At least part of him had known that in fighting Honor with the will of the Blackthorn, it was a very dangerous position for Odium. Whether you are a god or a man, it's all the same. Serve me or kill an innocent, you will learn the lesson. I have learned it, just not the way you intended me to. Dalinar felt the Stormfather there, and remarkably came to the same conclusion. The path of heralds, long ago. A path Dalinar had just spent a lifetime trying to understand. Yes, the remnant of Tanavas said, I am willing. This is ultimately my choice and sacrifice. Dalinar, I choose. Do it now. Dalinar opened his eyes, beacons of blazing power, and spoke 4 fateful words. I renounce my oaths.
I knew it. No. No.
You what? Teravangian demanded. I renounce my oaths. I break our contract. I break the oaths and contracts that Honor has made with Odium. All of them. I will not make any of the choices presented to me. I release you. I break my oaths. The power tore free of Dalinar. The Stormfather shrieked as Dalinar's divinity collapsed. The strength of Honor, which Dalinar had held for mere minutes, again made a corona around him. This time it radiated betrayal and confusion. You understood me, it cried. Better than you think. There are still lessons to learn, stories to tell, but you cannot learn them with me, for you are not Honor, not yet. Honor is far more than an oath kept. Learn, see, remember me, and
Honor's
ask
gonna be
yourself why.
So pissed.
How? Why? Taravangian said, genuinely stunned. Keeping an oath is not an ultimate good, Taravangian. It is only as good as the ideals that it is sworn to. Uniting is not an ultimate good. It is only as good as the purpose that serves that unification. I may have bested you, continuing in this confrontation merely because I agreed to it. That would be an ultimate act of foolishness. You have won because you are smarter than I am, but you have not proven anything other than that. Taravangian roared in defiance, and then in glory, as he realized this would mean his freedom. The contract, including Honor's binding of odium to this world, would finish. In a rage, he attacked and vaporized the Stormfather. Dalinar bellowed in anger and agony. He had expected to go first. This was cruel and unnecessary. Still, Dalinar was met with one last confident gaze of the being's eyes, and the knowledge that what remained of Tanavast felt redemption in this choice. Then he was gone. Dalinar fell to his knees. He blinked through the pain, determined. Now the gambit, the way to buy time. Dalinar raised an arm against the wind, feeling so very, very small now that the power had left him. He was like a ragged old uniform, once stretched across a powerful figure, now tattered remains. Honor's power hovered there, glowing like its own third storm. It wanted a host so badly. It had waited a millennia, and now it had been betrayed a second time. Taravangian, in return, had just been confronted with the realization that he could have fought Dalinar and lost. Taravangian would take the wrong lesson from that. Dalinar knew it, for their understanding of one another went both ways. He knew Taravangian would be worrying right now that he was too weak, that he might have been destroyed if Dalinar had actually fought him. Taravangian reached timidly towards the power of honor. You always said, Taravangian, Dalinar thought, that you didn't care about power, that you were only doing what you did because someone needed to do it. You claimed that power itself meant nothing to you. Taravangian touched the strength of the divinity of honor, grabbing hold of it. Now you reach your crossroads, old friend, Dalinar thought. Because of if power is meaningless to you, then you will not need more of it. With this, Taravangian whispered, I'm certain to win. Listen to me, Honor. I did not break the contract. I keep my oaths. I have let myself be bound to them again and again. I understand you and how you feel right now. I am worthy. Dalinar held his breath. There was a lesson taught in the game towers. Once you started to think you were strong enough, the power paused and then looked towards Dalinar. Go, Dalinar said. Watch. Learn. The power accepted Taravangian at Dalinar's urging. Though, interestingly, a few pieces of it split off and fled. Dalinar had not expected that. Regardless, Taravangian took the power, despite all he'd ever claimed, and drew it in, thirsting for more, ascending to become a new god. Retribution. Retribution laughed, and that laugh vibrated through Dalinar. Somewhere, Wit was shouting in disbelief. Oddly, Dalinar could still feel that connection. He felt, in fact, all of his connections. And he looked over to the six of you watching him as he did, and give you a nod. This was Dalinar's final test. At long last, trusting someone else to do the job. With a smile, he felt echoes through the Cosmere. As to Navani, he sent love. To Adolin, he sent apologies. To Renarin, he sent pride. And to everyone else, he sent courage. Each time, Honor had gone to the other gods for help. They'd been content to leave Roshar alone, to make odium someone else's problem. Dalinar could see the difference between giving up responsibility, as they had, and ensuring someone else had the chance that you could not. As of now, the other gods' attention fixated on Taravangian. Each of those vast beings witnessed the birth of the most powerful and dangerous thing that had existed since the shattering of Adelazium. Those forces together acknowledged that they had an enemy, freed from his constraints, supremely strong. He was the biggest threat in the entire Cosmere. It's called the Sunmaker's Gambit, Dalinar whispered. Good luck, Taravangian. The winds picked up as Taravangian's anger built. Dalinar closed his eyes, ready to die there, and in a furious storm strong enough to flay skin from body. However, somehow, within the tempest, Dalinar heard something, the sound of a man whimpering in pain. So Dalinar Kholin heaved himself up against the wind, body breaking and blood streaming around him, as he fought one last time to find Gavinor. As you all snap back, you watch as across the sky, where once high storms had been, it is disapparated. There's clear sky. From the far distance around Urithiru, you see a storm red, filled with void light, emerging. The Everstorm in its completion. As you all kind of sit up, gather what just happened, you see Nail. He sits up. Star, what is it? Stormfather is dead. Dalinar Kholin has failed. Honor is being consumed. Retribution. His name is Retribution. Cultivation flees as inside you, there, Mr. Varix, you feel the Night Mother wrenched from you.
Oh. Hot meme incoming.
Cultivation flees. Retribution will also consume and destroy all the Spren, then remake them to his will. What? All of them? Ishtar, what do we do? I don't know. I can see clearly for the first time in centuries. It's been so long walking through a fog or smoke of a burning world. Like the Spren, we bear the distinct part of Honor's power in us. Retribution will want to reclaim it. Prepare yourself, Nail. This will be our end. You see Nail fall to his knees. And you see, strangely, a look of acceptance wash over his face. What does this mean for Roshar? No Stormlight. No high storm. The enemy has won. And I was too infatuated with my own plot to notice or stop it. This is what we deserve. Perhaps, a familiar voice said, trembling and uncertain. But there is still a service you could perform, if you are willing. What service? Nail asked the wind. A ring of 10, and their strength could bind Retribution in some small way, could it not? Yes. Yes, we bear Honor's power, much like our connection to Odium helped us bind him to this and his Spren long ago. The connection to Honor could let us bind Retribution in a small way. The elderly herald wiped blood from his mouth. We could maybe prevent him from taking the Spren to himself. We could seal away that part of his power, weaken him. Yes, it could work. You mean we must reforge the circle? If the Spren are to be preserved, if the splinter of honor is to be kept from Retribution's touch, we must stand tall again and reaffirm our oaths. Exploit that weakness that he made in himself for us. Ishtar. Each of you who had seen it, remember the pain of Braze being torn apart again and again. Memories, agony, being held against the stone, soul flayed and burned. Hearing your friends scream in pain, their words echoing in your ears for centuries, awful and terrible, like the sound of fingernails being ripped from flesh. I can't go back, Ishtar. I can't. I'm not strong enough. What if there was a way to improve the Oath Pact? What if there was a way for your minds to go somewhere else? The wind said. Ishtar seemed to ponder for a moment. You've been thinking about this for a long time, haven't you? Seeming to have a conversation with the wind that nobody else could see. I have had a great deal of time to think, Ishtar. It could work. Nail, help me up. Nail did so, and Ishtar, who suddenly seemed frail in a way no one, and specifically no herald, should ever, looked upon the sorry scene. Swords scattered across the ground, a lot of you radiants huffing and puffing, some still barely holding on to any sliver of healing that you have. Stormblessed. One hand collapsed on the ground. Zeth was in far worse shape, his arm completely gone all the way up to the shoulder. Its clothing burned away on one side. A black sword full of investiture sheathed to its side. Perhaps you should place them, he said to Nail. I don't feel like myself when I touch his power. As Nail goes and begins to circle the honor blades, each point down. The wind is suggesting a way to avoid the torture, Nail. Impossible while Honor lived, but with some of his power siphoned off as retribution, and as he asserts himself. How? I have studied the Stormfather's visions. In the wind suggests that I create something similar. Through our souls we will return to Braze. Though our souls will return to Braze, our minds are separate. I can place them inside a vision, freed from whatever our souls and bodies might feel. With delicacy, this can keep us hidden from the shards. I think I could do it if Ash and Prala help. Nail rushed back to Ishtar. You mean we could perhaps have a peace between returns, instead of torture. Retribution will certainly seek vengeance against us if we bind him, and will attempt to break us or have the pact broken. But if he cannot find our minds... You see it Nail tremble. Will it work? Truly work? I cannot guarantee it, but I think it will, old friend. Can you summon your courage and try? I will try, Nail whispered. Good. Come, it will be an end of all Spren if we do not do something. Honor must be preserved. Ishtar knelt by Zeth. Nail joined him, prodding delicately at the man's wounds. They weren't quite burns, more like necrosis, something that couldn't be healed. Zeth lives, but he needs something else. I don't know. Once Seth is a herald, it doesn't matter. His body will be meaningless anyways. We proceed. Nail turned him onto his back, his head rolling limp. He breathed, but barely. Could he do it? He must speak the words. No, he cannot, the wind said. A sound rumbled in the east. The darkness is growing in the sky like a bruise on the heavens themselves. You said no more storms, Ishtar. I said no more high storms. But there is another storm now, the only storm. The night of sorrows has come now. The true desolation is here. The true desolation. Ishtar, what good is it to fight now? Why struggle? Why care? The Stormfather is gone. Jezreen's gone. We have lost, finally. Honor is dead. Yes. A quiet voice said. Honor is dead. Both heralds spun to see Kaladin slowly pushing himself up to a seated position, hair disheveled, blue uniform torn to shreds. But I'll see what I can do. See Kaladin stand up. He looks over to Syl. How are you doing? He's dead. My father is dead. I'm not sure if I ever really knew him. She glanced at him, and you all could see there's a storm in her eyes. Not metaphorically. There's actual lightning and swirling clouds flitting behind them. And in a moment, she wore something different, a regal gown fit for a queen. I can't protect the Spren, Kaladin. Odium holds Honor's power. We are now part of him. He will take us, destroy us, and make us. I think the wind has prepared a solution for that. Haven't you? Kaladin said. I'm sorry. I should not ask this, but I do. This is the only solution I could think of to prevent the danger that I sensed. Syl sat up and hesitated. The last remnants of honor lie here, in the hands of broken circle of broken men and women. I see. Damnation, Kaladin, I see. An oath pact could stop what's coming. The original one worked because most of the heralds had been born and chosen by Odium, and could leverage that connection to bind him, the wind said. An oath here, now that he is retribution, should do the same. Maybe. Please, don't hate me. Kaladin gritted his teeth and stood. Will the Spren really die if this isn't done? Yes. Dalinar Kholin is dead. Cultivation has been freed from the planet. Yes, cultivation has been freed from the planet and runs, fearful of what she has done. Honor and odium are combining. Retribution will absorb all of the power and will create weapons from it. New unmade, terrible unmade. See Kaladin take a deep breath. What do you need me to do? Are you sure, Kaladin? You know what this will mean for you. The battle will never stop. We cannot ask this of you. But I can offer. You spent all this time learning that you can't sacrifice yourself for everyone else. You can't do this. Pardon, he said gently, putting his hand on hers. But that's not what I learned, Syl. She looked up at him. I learned that I don't have to make that sacrifice. I can't protect everyone, and I have made peace with that. That doesn't mean I shouldn't do what I can. I've learned that I can help without losing myself. You Spren have given your entire lives to your radiance. I can repay that now. Dalinar's really dead? Yes. I cannot feel Navani or the sibling at the moment either. Syl shivered. The people will have nothing left. No storms, no god, no king. They must be given some kind of hope. What do you need of me? You'll need to say the words. Storm blessed, Nail asked. Kaladin turned to see Nail, gingerly lowering Zeth unconscious on the ground. You don't know what you're saying. The star's plan to protect our minds might not work. We would be gone and going into torture. Even if not, it could be centuries until we return. Everyone you know and love will be dead by then. Kaladin's heart trembled. Bridge 4, his family. It shouldn't be him. It should be him. And he nods to Zeth. He has no connections left. He has been prepared for this. Kaladin crossed the path to springy ground and knelt, resting fingers on Zeth's wounded shoulder. No, he cannot bear this. But he chose peace, Kaladin said, not war. Heralds must fight, and he needs to heal. I cannot protect everyone, but I can protect him. Ishtar, kneeling nearby, looked at Kaladin. Child, you really think you could replace Jezrien, our king? Kaladin rose carefully, and Jezrien was the greatest of men, our guide, our leader. I prepared Zeth for over a decade. You cannot take the place of a king like Jezrien. To think that you've lived all this millennia and you haven't learned a simple truth. He pulled a blue cloak from his pack, the tower and the crown emblazoned on his back. It was given to him by Dalinar before he set off on this mission. Nobility has nothing to do with blood, Ishtar, but everything to do with heart. See Kaladin stand up and throw the cloak over his shoulders. It swept through the air as he felt the wind making it float around him. The Spren were there for you when you needed us. Please. They're so afraid. Above you, you see thousands upon thousands of Spren gathering. Wind Spren, Glory Spren, Anger Spren pooling beneath your feet, Fear Spren. They have coalesced here to the nexus of all things. It's all right, Kaladin said, walking towards the Ring of Swords. I'm here. Syl fell into step next to him. No one could tell you the words. Fortunately, I know them. You see the wind blow around him as thousands of wind Spren go in a column directly above him. Each of you feel yourself walking forward with him. And as the wind blows, you see images scatter out in front of you. Pelinar, you see the boy left to fire, and you walk through him because he is part of you. You see the slave that you became, never quite the wretch, but one-eyed and alone in the world, sent out to die, and you walk through him as he is a part of you. You walk through the first of the members of Bridge 4, and you see yourself making that decision to turn around and help Dalinar, and you walk through him because he is a part of you. And you walk and you see the radiant that you become, and you see what you have become over the years. As every step you have taken, every piece of power you have been given, you took responsibility for it. And all of them are you. And you stand behind Kaladin as he walks towards that circle. Varix, you see the man who would rule the world, poor as can be, but with every ambition on his mind. And you walk through him because he is you, and you are him. You see the part of you that gave up so much of yourself, your physical body turning to gems, all for riches. And you walk through him because he is part of you. You see the man who is betrayed by the one he held most dear, and you walk through him because he is a part of you. You see the slave, you walk through him because he is part of you. You see the team builder, the one who was there when everybody needed you to be, and you walk through him because he is part of you. And finally, you see the resplendent knight who gained so much over the years and was there whenever his friends needed him. Because that is who you are. And this journey has been a long one. Lull. You walk forward and you see the child, seventh noble son, furthest down the line, inheritor of none, and you walk through him because he is you. You see the oh god, fuck. You see, I forgot the actual fucking term. You see the monk. You see yourself entering the order. You see yourself becoming religious, growing with the sword,
Arden?
growing in your knowledge. The ardent, yes. You see yourself the ardent. And you walk through him because he is you. You see the part of you that took to self-flagellation. You see the part of you that made all those scars on your back. And you walk through him because he is part of you. You see the heresy that you committed and this sale into slavery that you had forced upon you. And you walk through him because he is you. And you see the man who watched as death emerged around you, your life completely out of your control, and accepted that you yourself would gain that control. And finally, you walk through the part of you, the man who could destroy the whole world if he let himself go, and yet doesn't, for the love of the world and the people within it. And you walk through it, and you accept every aspect of your journey. Luis, you walk through, and you see the young, cocky bastard who was on top of the world, and you accept him because he was you. You see the rivalry with your brother that culminated in his death, and you walk through him because he is you. You see yourself going through more and more foolish stunts as almost a penance as you were sold into slavery for one, and you walk through it because that is you. You see yourself in Bridge 4, carving the faces of the dead, creating illusions of that which has been lost, and you walk through it because he is you. You see yourself as the night radiant, and you walk through it because he is you, and you watch as yourself and your identity switches and falls away, and you become your brother, and you walk through it because that was you. And finally, you see yourself as the full knight, knowing what you did, knowing the lies that you've told yourself through the years, and accepting them because they are you. Garrick, as you walk forward, you see the young man who would become a soldier growing poor in the middle of nowhere, taken to earning with a sword, or in your case, a spear. And you walk through him because he is you. You see the man who went to the Night Mother because he wanted to know so deeply the truth of the world. And you walk through him because he is you. You see the man who wouldn't even speak because of the truths he had learned and the confusion that was inlaid with it as you went into Bridge 4 and were sentenced to your death. Finally, as you walk through the final two images, you see the man who still sought truth through every step of the way and wasn't ever satisfied, but accepted that that satisfaction would never come because it is not about the destination of those questions, but the journey you have walked in learning them. Lift, you see a girl young with nobody in the world, completely alone. You see, as you walk through this one, that girl a little more grown as she looks around and sees all the other children with families, with friends, with everything that they could want, all the food that you are so denied. And you feel that desire within you. And you walk through that person because that is you. You see the thief that went and ingratiated herself into the guilds of Azir, the girl who ended up bonding Esprin nearly by accident and never wanting to grow up because he wanted so badly to experience that childhood. The one who went to the Night Mother to stop her from growing. And you walk through that girl because she is you. You see as you break into the palace and create a miracle, the first one of a new age of Knights Radiant, as you heal Yanagon. And you walk through her because that is her. And she is you. And you walk finally through the ostensibly kidnapped young girl who, in her time with this very strange group of Knights Radiant, has found something of a family in and of itself, along with a realization that you are no longer that young girl, but you are that young woman. And you walk through her because she is you, and you accepted that you would listen to her. Kaladin, on the other hand, I lost my spot. Yes, here we go. Kaladin stepped through a version of himself, a youthful version. Everybody only called Cal, for he was part of Kaladin. The wind had been there on the day that he'd killed Halloran and saved Amaram, the last day of squad leader Kaladin and his existence. Kaladin walked through that old version himself, for he was part of Kaladin. He remembered the wind blowing in his face, trying to force him back from the honor chasm. He remembered thinking about how it had worked to keep him from taking those steps. That version of Kaladin appeared, the wretch, the slave. Kaladin strode through him, for he was part of Kaladin. The wind had been there with him when he'd fought Seth in the clouds. Kaladin storm-blessed, radiant. Kaladin strode through that man, for he was also part of him. The wind had been there when he'd fought the pursuer after Teth's death, that day when Kaladin had almost given in to odium. That version of Kaladin appeared, eyes burning yellow and red. Kaladin strode through that figure, for it was yet another element of him, and he should not forget it. The wind had always been there, holding its breath at some important moments, but blowing alongside him gloriously during others. If he did not act, retribution would kill it, Syl, and all the rest of the Spren. Kaladin had to hide the wind, the heralds, and the last bits of honor away, protect them. This was the point of no return. Yes, Kaladin knew the words. Non-ideal of any set of radiance, something more daunting. The last version of Kaladin appeared in front of him, a terrifying and glorious being. Kaladin, Herald, I accept this journey. The air split with a crack of thunder, and the reply came. This time it was Syl's voice. These words are accepted. That wasn't what we said, Neil said. The important part is not the words themselves, Kaladin said. It is again the heart. Thousands of years, and I think you'd know this. Kaladin thrust out. You see his missing hand as he reached towards the ring of weapons. Syl in turn thrust her hand forward, and you'll watch as seemingly a hand of light appears for Kaladin as they reach towards the ring of weapons. A white-blue spear of light formed in their hands, both Kaladin and Syl gripping it. Together they rammed it into the ground in the open spot in the ring. The light faded, creating a tall, silvery spear, not the one he'd been using, though it had echoes of the design. This hadn't been made from Syl. It had been created, like the honor blades, from honor. Ishtar walked towards the sword and placed his hands on it, Nail on his, and then Kaladin felt the others, along with the rest of you. Talon, a massive hulking man, was the one who was first there. His hand went straight to his sword. He was the first in the ring. Others followed. Kaladin didn't know most of these. Each one had come to heed the call. Despite everything they'd survived, they listened, and they responded. Yes, he could help these people. He felt something connected him. Warmth flooded through Kaladin like a warmth of Stormlight, but less motion, more stability. You guys will watch his glory spren pop into existence above him, a ring of light made of thousands of wind spren columning all the way to the top. Thank you, Herald, the wind said. Kaladin, your eyes, and you all see it. They're no longer the pale blue that came from being a radiant. They're back to dark brown, like they used to be. It worked. I could feel the oath back, Nail said. Reforged. Welcome, Kaladin Stormblessed, Herald of Kings, Herald of the Wind, Herald, Kaladin interrupted, of second chances. Nail smiled and nodded. All fell still. Now what? Now I must make you immortal, and then we must leave this world. Unfortunately, it's not the most pleasant experience in the world, as you'll see him reach up his hands, and light bursts through Kaladin's eyes, as you'll see his body fall dead on the ground, his mind and spirit having ascended to immortality. Before he does, you feel the wind surrounding you all, as if there's a hug. Thank you all. You let me live again. You took me away from someplace I didn't want to be and made me more than I was. Never forget that, as you'll feel the feeling disappear. And you all are left alone in a field with a very unconscious Seth and a ring of swords that are disappearing into light.
I'm gonna come.
Just fall for the first time. That big old fucking dude just.
God damn it!
It was beautiful.
I mean, yeah, but like, fucking Sanderson. God damn it!
Who are you talking about? No, I'm just kidding.
Who
By the
are
way,
you people?
spoilers alert.
No shit.
To be fair, you guys owe me Zanny. I called it. He died. He was the one who died.
He told us like 3 weeks ago Cal's gonna die.
I told you guys several months ago.
Exactly.
He told it. Yeah, I was gonna say it was a while ago.
But I mean, I know I already posted a meme, one OC, but now like, oh my god, first Dalinar, then Kaladin?
Oh yeah.
Look, what you guys don't realize is the game was rigged from the very start.
You're telling me.
It's at this point that you all will feel your vision disappear somewhat as you are just not given the time to do much of much. As you see, strangely enough, through Taravangian's eyes, now Retribution, reveled in his new strength. He was more powerful than anything. Only one other came even remotely close, but those powers were misaligned, while Honor and Odium wanted nearly the same thing. They could work together. Oh, something about his predecessor echoed from him in the past. Reese had never wanted this. He'd killed several other gods, but refused their power. Was he a fool? He must have been, because this was glorious. Taravangian laughed as the shards crashing together, swirling in an incredible wind, melting as one storm. Any echoes of Tanavast, his only true rival, were gone. No, there could be others. Bide Mishram was free again. He was going to have to figure out a way to control her, lest she supplant him. But there were ways. Though he found her difficult to find, even with his divine eyes. Where the hell had she gone? He had other work to do. The High Storm was consumed by the Everstorm at will, creating a ripple through nature, one he reveled in. And it caused the passage of time to slowly start warping around this world. He had one. Only his light would be available on Roshar. Only his storm could make them bow down. A dark tempest that would blanket the land. All would wither unless they used his light to grow and thrive. They would have to rely on him for everything. Now, this deal with the Spren, pieces of old honor, remnants, dangling threads, and a possible problem for years to come. If he could be undermined, it would be by them. He reached in, attempting to draw in all the Spren of odium and honor to him. Only those of cultivation he'd have to find, and nothing happened. As he tried to draw the Spren towards him, their power refused to be absorbed. But they are protected, his power said. By what? By an oath and a circle. By Adonausium's strength. 10 stand against you, using a piece of us within them. Honor demands that their oaths be followed. And that was frustrating. He was supposed to be unrivaled, but his power... He saw that he had to be careful. Not act against his will, or he'd sever Tanavast's face. He had to be aligned with the power. He would be more cautious than his predecessor. Wait, what? What are those forces watching him? You see him reach out his consciousness and notice all other shards. 15 others with their eyes directly upon Roshar. Alone, he would overpower any of them, but 15 together, that was bad odds. He needed to think. And he got pissed as he looked down at Dalinar, whose corpse was currently laid over a still protected Gavinor. He had managed in his last breath to save his grandson. For a moment, Odium considered killing Gavinor, but unfortunately that would be breaking an oath, and he did ingratiate the boy in his power, so he shouldn't do it just to get back at old Dalinar. No, but Dalinar was still around. He was an oathbreaker. His soul couldn't be too far away. You see him reach out, and grab his soul and pull it in. Dalinar, it was, you're clever. We'll give you that. I did not see that one coming. That was not an option. But you did mess up on one thing. Once you became an Oathbreaker, you gave yourself to my power. I am going to torture you for all eternity. You fucking dumbass. It's fine. I've accepted the pain before. But you still don't realize, do you, Tanavest? It's not about the power. It's about what you're willing to give up for that power, what you're willing to fight for. As you actually see Dalinar's soul fall through his hands like sifting dust. Why in the hell did he go away? Yeah, somebody else claimed him, the power said. Today can't get any worse. I was going to torture him into compliance so that he would lead my armies as the Blackthorn again. But here comes a thought. The Blackthorn is something of a spren. So many people thought of him over the years, and he was real in the spiritual realm. Dalinar had confronted him and given him his memories. But too soon he couldn't understand them. Oh, glorious. As you'll see the scene shifting as the spiritual realm appears around him. Dalinar, you did make one mistake, didn't you? As he reaches out and finds young Dalinar, the spren made too real by Dalinar's bond to him. You, my friend, are going to lead my armies. As you watch him clasp his hands around young Dalinar, the one who had just burned his wife before him in his rage, and was given none of the protections by cultivation. We are going to take over the Cosmere together. And you'll see the scene fall away from you. Any quick discussions that want to be had? Because you guys are on Odium's world at the moment. Oh well,
fuck.
retributions.
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
Wins book 6.
8 years from now. Can't wait for it.
Boo.
Hey,
Well, if you
in
guys-
8 more years, we'll have finished 3 more campaigns. Maybe 4.
As you guys are kind of sat around in like stunned silence, you'll see the air shifting around you as smoke appears. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. As you see Hoyd just fucking bolting it towards you guys. Fucking Dalinar. He did the one thing I told him not to do. Okay, he's gonna figure out that I'm here. Okay, I hid the Dawn Shard. It should be out of his head. Shallan, she's trapped on the other side. I can't help her. Shit. He's gonna find me any minute now. He can't find you guys. Okay, he can't realize the gambit that I've set up for years. You know, it took so much trouble getting your threads all together, and a whole other planet had to fucking make sure you all got sold into slavery. Oh, right. Sorry about that. My bad. In any case, yeah, that's fair. Look, you guys need to get the hell off this planet, okay? If he notices that your threads are here, it doesn't matter if he has the Dawn Shard or all the other shards. That's the most important thing, okay? That's what I've been working towards for fucking years. Okay, you need to get off. To choose anywhere else, as you will watch Wit's eyes just burn out with Retribution's power as he falls dead before you.
I look at the corpse. I'm sorry, the only part of that I heard is you sold us to slavery? What the fuck, man?
Unimportant.
You see Pelidar holding the strange object that Wit had given him.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Fuck out of here, I think.
I wonder if this has anything to do with it.
Eleanor,
Probably.
you should use that object. And in this other world, you better still have an eye hole.
Oh Lord.
I had to put
You
one
start your
more
your
in.
next campaign at -1 levels. That's pretty
Yes.
cool.
Congrats on starting out at level 4 instead of level 5. Nerd.
I had to squeeze one more band phrase in to the campaign. How else are we supposed to end it?
Yep.
I imagine
Evan,
the
Evan,
device
I
or
want
whatever
you to
you
know,
gave me.
Evan, I want you to know, I hold that in very high regards.
Yes. You're all very clever. Now, pick a location to go to because you're going to be stuck there for a long fucking while.
I imagine the device he gave to me looks something
Hey,
like a TV.
Take us somewhere nice, Jake.
I'm
It is
going to
box.
randomly hit a button.
Garrett picks up
Something that would
Garrett
equate
picks
to
up a
number
multi-sided
4.
rock. Let's leave it to chance,
That's
baby.
it.
Rolls it.
This is okay, guys.
Way to do it.
This is legitimately a very fucking important choice to make for the next campaign.
Okay.
Yeah, Jake, don't fuck us.
I feel
It's all
that's
riding on
way
your
to
shoulders.
Click number 4.
I don't really care where you go necessarily. Just
Let's
Take
go
us
to
somewhere
some of
nice.
these anagrams.
Take us somewhere nice.
I don't know what's gonna do. There's so many buttons.
He said pick.
Okay, as a group, guys, we're gonna have to pick a location.
I'm thinking this one.
If you want to know about any of the particular locations that you don't know of, then there are small off-worlds. They are going to be so far out of the way of everything that your guys are not going to be plot relevant next time. So,
Oh, okay.
Partially leaning that way.
but in any case,
Satrapies.
That's what I was thinking.
satrapies. You guys know what satrapies are. That is where last campaign took place.
Oh,
And there's nothing there.
well then, not satrapies.
Oh wait,
We
that's
know
the
not
first
Roshar.
campaign.
Yeah, don't want to go back to Roshar. That'd be a
we know
little
not
awkward.
Telany.
You do know Telany. That's where Unidum's folks are.
Well, yeah, but
You guys have been there a few times.
having everybody grouped up in one place might not be a bad idea.
I was going to say, we know people there. They have better food than us.
There has
They have
been
the
one.
sexy
Boy is
lady
there.
who likes my character.
I am not suggesting this in order to influence your guys' decision, just so that you are aware that it has been a reoccurring mystery. In Shadesmar, there is evidence that it could possibly fuck it, moth. That Scadrial, despite the map that was given to you by Hoyd, may still exist.
Mm,
And I'm not saying that you should go there. I'm just saying that it is theoretically an option. The ones that you're for sure know are destroyed is definitely part of this Triana Vest and the Four Corners.
Next
All
eye
right.
sounds dangerous. Let's go there.
I think either Telany or Shadesmar.
Don't go to Shadesmar.
Please, for the love of all fucking hell,
But I can't
do
do
not put me and Lol in Shadesmar.
That's the last place I want to stay.
What's
for
in the
a
middle
very
of
long
the
time.
universe? Let's go there. Let's just go to the middle.
The very center? Hell yeah, brother.
We'll kill you if you bring us to Shadesmar.
I look over at Varix. I like the middle. The middle's a good position.
It's like right in the middle.
Right there, it's perfect.
Okay.
It's
Let me know if you
30
guys wanna
minutes from
know-
downtown,
Biggest idiots
30
in
minutes
the
from the
whole
beach. There's
campaign.
nothing to do downtown.
We're deciding the middle.
Okay.
Alexa, play
Is that
Jimmy
is that
Eat
an
World, The
option?
Middle.
Is that even an option?
So you guys, I'm just going to go through things. Telany, you guys already know. It's where Unidum's characters are. Nexil, it was the world that was pretty much covered in a fog up on the continent that you went to. Had the really, really strong roll that destroyed Exium in one hit.
Damn.
There,
I forgot about that hoe.
Yeah.
She
there's
wasn't
the
very
Satrapies.
nice.
No. Satrapies, that's where the light weaving campaign took place. Roshar don't want to stay here. Fucking. I just want to make sure I have the lettering right. Just zoom in. There we go. Adorish, you guys have not been there at all. You think that that's where Alul's original lettering system comes from. Elantris, you think is there.
I like that.
Yeah. Ishadre, you know that's where the ink magic is. Scadrial, you guys don't have a lot of information, except for you do know that that's where, what's his name? Fucking Marshall's first campaign character starts with a C. Cedric? Sid? Fucking. That's where Sid's powers originate from.
Oh, shit,
And
Mistwalker.
Mistborn, but yes.
Mistborn, that's it. That's the one.
But yeah, so those are pretty much your options. You know the Four Corners are fucked, and you know Trianabask definitely fucked, and Purvis as well.
Yeah, I vote one of those two places right here. Looks like this one. Looks like that's where we're
I'm
going.
leaning towards Telany. I think that's where Roy is. And that Roy guy really helps us out in a pinch.
He's also lived forever.
Pretty
You say
darn.
that like it's a bad thing.
You don't give a shit about nothing.
Particularly pissed. They didn't follow my plan.
All right, we're gonna do D3 for Telany. I can't really
Just
read that
Rand's
one.
ready.
And then that one, Ishtari.
All right.
Lift, you have any? Lift, you have any preference? Garrick, you have any preference? If you're there.
Maybe leave it up to fate.
Marble
Yeah.
Ultralight 100s right now.
That's
1,
fair.
2, 3.
Okay. Fuck
Yeah.
ball.
We'll go from left to right. 1, 2, 3.
I did sell those like 5 minutes ago.
I knew it.
Shut up, Jake.
Okay.
It's the 100s, man. Hey, I used to work at 7-Eleven. I know what I'm talking about.
You're not wrong. No, I want the one where we might think Lowell's language is from.
Okay. That's
my
fair.
vote.
I was gonna say, wasn't that? No, that wasn't.
That is, yeah.
We have like no
I don't know.
information from that one.
Ironish.
true.
Yeah.
It's the middle.
Well,
But do you want to go to a place where Lull fits in?
Yeah.
See, that's
Fuck
why
yeah.
I'm scared.
well,
Marshall
currently
absolutely
that's
Right,
currently
looks
that's
like
two
where we're
votes,
going.
votes for Ironish. Then
That's where we're going. I'll throw in a vote
Luis,
for
No,
it.
we have 2 votes for Telany.
okay, we have 2 votes for Telany, with 2 votes for Ironish.
I'll do
Who's our
Avernish.
tiebreaker?
Okay, Ironish.
Oh, I thought I was 3.
No.
Yeah, no, you are.
Oh, yeah, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay.
Fuck you, Jake.
Lift, do you want to throw in the tiebreaker or just let the vote pass?
Lift.
Okay. Let the vote pass.
Oh, boo.
Ironish it is. Alrighty. As you guys
Where's the
appear,
cat?
you will see an interesting land. Namely, you will be standing upon a wall as you feel your body is shift, and you literally feel as if you're escaping through the last hole of this world before it completely seals off Roshar from the rest of the Cosmere. There appears to be some sort of time bubble going on. And from there, you guys will appear upon the top of a wall in this square city. And you'll look down and you will see what appears to be a once resplendent city, like massive. Behind you, you see like a regular sized city. Imagine like Colorado Springs sized city, right? This box dwarfs it. Like it makes it look like a tiny, tiny little deal. And inside, you see what appears to be moss and various different bits of growth, just encapsulating this whole inner area. And you're like, what the fuck happened here? As you have now entered Elantris and will make your future home here.
We're on top of a wall looking down at a city.
Yep, you guys are on top of a wall. It's interesting because there's like it's like pyramid on the way down, so like there's steps that go all the way down. And then yeah, it's a massive city. It is like Tokyo sized inside of this massive box.
When you say moss, are
Looking
you
over
meaning
the wall.
healthy?
By the
or-
way, I'm the armored titan, and Lift is the colossal titan.
That'd be some shit. Lift, to answer your question, it's kind of, it looks like a darkish gray sludgy deal, and there's like moss growing on top of it. It's real uncomfy.
So it doesn't look healthy.
No, there's something severely wrong with this city.
Nice.
Cool.
Mega
However,
city. What?
Was there a right answer to this?
5,000 miles.
anywhere you guys want to go. It has effects on next campaign. I just can't tell you what they are.
Guys, Judge Dredd.
But each of you, as you reach out your fingers, do see them tracing lines in the air.
Like sigils?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet. How many lines can you draw?
Well, I always thought that was autistic.
Eleanor, you want to have a line off?
Weren't the sigils last used for the
Oh,
giant
yeah, I just did a huge
destruction
line.
goddess?
Help.
For what? Sorry.
Wasn't that what? I can't remember. For the elves, didn't they both use the sigils?
It definitely
Oh,
wasn't me.
it was Lol. Lol in particular, yes. Lol could use it.
I was like, is this the demon summoning that y'all were
You
doing
know,
before?
they're not quite the Unitum symbols, but imagine like the same underlying basis of power.
Awesome.
But yeah, you guys look at each other and you're like, well, this is our new home for now.
Better get to work.
At least everything's alive, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean the world seems chill. The
Well,
there's people living in the city below.
I shall be this world's messiah.
You can't even spell Messiah.
Actually, I can because I can read and write, motherfucker.
You're not allowed to read.
Anyways, good news. You guys have Lol's remaining stores of Stormlight, and they're pretty extensive, but they will start leaking out, and you have no way to refill them. You do have your shard plate and blade as well. Those are chilling out with you. So
Since I'm technically a bondsmith, I can refill them, right?
no,
No?
you had that shit ripped from you, brother.
Oh, that's right. Stupid.
No.
That hurt.
You're saying Messiah. I was thinking more of
Do I still have my wife?
So I'm just gonna go find this world's god and give him a little pokey poke, and then I'm gonna take his place as the chosen one.
That one kills Sator.
Don't ask questions, Trace. This is just moving the waters.
Luis, I'm thinking more. I'm paying your able.
We've been over this several times. You're muddying the waters. I know the details. I know the finer points.
You
Just let it
guys have
happen.
you guys have all your magic items as well. So that's good. You guys are just currently kind of locked here because basically all the borders closed between worlds when their shards realized that retribution exists. So there's some shit that's gonna happen. But yeah, other good news, actually, straight up, even though they're not useful for Stormlight anymore, you have a fuck ton of really precious gemstones. So you could probably buy yourself a really nice house.
This is true.
Say Charles.
Yeah. But yeah, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Want to
Dalinar and Kaladin?
Oh yeah, Dalinar dead.
Bruh.
Kaladin kind of dead.
Bruh.
I didn't really like them anyways.
Yeah, no, fuck those guys.
Bunch of bitches.
Gavin gets the whole "you'll live on in my heart" while fucking Dalinar gets those.
Oh, shit. Okay, I did forget. There was one really good line and callback while Dalinar was talking to Odium. Odium basically just shouts. There, fucking what's his name? Teravandrian shouts like, "Your life means nothing," and he's like, Dalinar's like, "What's my life worth?" And Teravandrian's like, "Nothing. Life is worth nothing. Why would you give it for them?" And he calls back to when he gave out the sword. In which case, I gave up something worth nothing for everything. Yeah, that's a really
Ruined
good
it.
line.
Too late.
God damn it, Dalinar.
Well, fellas, lady, I gotta be at work at 4 a.m.
You crazy.
Christ.
So
No,
you're just gonna stay up. So why are you leaving?
Yeah, at this point.
Because I can't show you my bare ass cheeks if I don't walk away, Jake.
Fair. That's fair.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for playing the Stormlight Archive.
Stormlight.
We
I
will
will-
resume with Brandon being.
Okay. As far as
I love that he did that.
cool. Okay.
Wow.
Next two Thursdays, we won't have like an official session, but if any of you want to stop in, we will